So, my Instagram stories just broke. No matter what I was doing, it would, excuse me. No matter what I was doing, it was just not posting, which is very frustrating, especially when you are trying to launch things in your business. But a good friend of mine, Maggie, said the same thing happened to her, and so therefore she decided to do a social media detox. Literally just quit social media for 24 hours, which is what I am now going to do. So thanks, universe. I heard you. I am taking my time away, which is obviously so crucial. I want to document the entire journey for you guys though, because it's hard to take 24 hours away from social media when you are running a business that does rely on social media. So also, I'm slightly addicted. So we're going to document this entire journey, see how I'm feeling. It's now 10 a.m. on Tuesday, the 11th of September. So we will be going till 10 a.m. on Wednesday, the 12th of September. So I'm going to document this entire journey, bring you along with me, my 24 hours of quitting social media, and we'll talk about how I go and how I feel and what were the implications in a little bit. So one thing that's become immediately obvious to me are triggers. It's literally only 20 past 10. Oh my God, it's like 20 minutes since I spoke to you last, but I've already got heaps done, which, I might not have if I was on social media. But one thing I did realize is I'm just waiting for a video to export, and immediately I wanted to pick up my phone. So I've recognized that times where I'm waiting for my computer, maybe times where the internet's slow, that's a huge trigger for me, but I can bypass that by going on my phone. Then of course I get distracted and stay there for an hour. So figuring out your triggers is huge for limiting your social media consumption. Little by little you wear me down. So it's now around midday, and I've got so much done. Like, I really have. I think I've got more done than I would have got done if I had the access that I usually have to social media. So I definitely see the benefit in focus and productivity. The only thing is I have found myself reaching for my phone unconsciously so many times. Like I got stuck writing one of the resources for my monthly membership program. Like, I got stuck on one of the demographic statistics and had to go and do some research. But, rather than just going to Google and do the research, my mind was like, pick up your phone, like, you're stuck. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how much time we must waste throughout the day just picking up our phone and mindlessly scrolling when, as I said before, these triggers happen. So I'm gonna keep you updated because, this is a crazy experiment. I definitely recommend you should try it yourself, but I'm gonna give like a full conclusion, obviously, at the end of this and how I felt throughout and what the benefits were. So I'm just sitting down to eat some soup for lunch, just got off a client call, and to be honest, the second I sat down, I felt just immediately like, where's my phone? I need to grab my phone, I need to pick up my phone, I need to check what's going on. It's crazy. Something that's really, really important to recognize is how addicted our minds can be to social media. If you want to get into the science of things, it's a sudden rush of dopamine, which is the same response that cocaine, sugar, all of that stuff has. We get that when we feel that validation from social media. And that's why when we're just chilling or sitting down or going to eat lunch, all of those triggers happen. We're so consumed with going on social media. So it's not your fault. If you feel addicted to your phone, just start to recognize, and taking these small breaks away are really important. Now, the issue that I'm running into is the fact that I have planned a masterclass on Facebook today. I cannot not do this Facebook masterclass because my audience, you guys, are obviously waiting for it. It's all about how to find more clients, one-on-one coaching. But then obviously that is on social media. So Another piece of advice that if I do have, if you are running your business on social media and you are going to take a break, plan it in advance. Don't do it spontaneously, because now I'm going to have to like quickly try to jump on Facebook and not see any notifications and things like that, which I guess is kind of cheating. So maybe I failed the challenge, but at the end of the day, it's my challenge anyway, so I make the rules. But what I'm trying to say is make sure you do plan this in advance. You really think ahead. You do this very intentionally, because that's the way that you'll get the best results. So one thing I really noticed is that it's so easy to just pick up your phone, right? So one thing I did was actually went and put my phone away. I found myself, the fact that the phone was just sitting there, and I kind of was like, wow, like, you know, it's around 3:30 in the afternoon now. I bet like this is the time I normally would be jumping on, like responding to people. And I guess my mind is just trained to do that. So I found it really hard to concentrate on what I was trying to work on now, because it's just about that time, right? It's about social media time. So the fact that I kind of just put my phone out of sight, out of mind, has made it so much easier to concentrate rather than it like staring me in the face. So there's another tip for you, is to really figure out, you know, if you can't self-control, change your environment. Put the phone away in a drawer, put it in a different room, and just get to work on what you're doing. Even though I've like felt quite addicted to my phone and like wanted to pick it up so many times, I must admit that today has been one of the most productive days that I've had in a long time. And not only that, is that I felt really good, as in like I felt really individualized and creative, and like my thoughts are my own. And I think that comes from obviously not being so consumed with social media content. I've just got so much done, and I filmed heaps of videos, and if I've had an idea, instead of thinking about it and maybe going on social media to validate it, I've just done it. Like I had an idea to create a video that will eventually go on Facebook. I had an idea that a video that will eventually go on LinkedIn. And you know, instead of me maybe scrolling through either of those platforms, I just did it. And I'm so excited to post these tomorrow. So I think there is a huge thing in creating before consuming. I know that's like a quote that a lot of people use, and that only comes from actually not going on social media and doing this kind of detox thing. So I can't wait to talk more about that tomorrow as well.
A simple taste.
So the craziest thing is happening. Obviously I started doing this social media detox because I wanted to, you know, basically my Instagram was stuffing up and I couldn't post anything. So I was like, well, the universe is obviously telling me something. Every single time I try to go live, literally, well, you can't even really see it, but there is just a black screen. It won't even actually let me go live on Facebook. Ew, my screen's so dirty, but what the hell, man? Universe, I get it. I'm taking a break. So I was so late to my life because when I was walking Harvey, I did run into my mum and my nephews and then hung out with them for a little bit. And then obviously you saw before I was struggling to even get my laptop working because the universe was like, girl, you are not supposed to be going live. You are supposed to be taking a detox. But I literally am losing my voice, oh my God, because I've spoken so much today from having such a productive day. So I'm gonna keep posting, I'm gonna keep recording throughout the night because guaranteed the biggest trigger is sitting on the couch watching TV. You know, you watch TV just to scroll on your phone. I think that's everyone. Please give this a like and a comment if that resonates. But yeah, I'll keep documenting, but the live's done, so I'm fully off social media now. It's about 5 o'clock. I've got so much more work to do, so I'm just gonna hammer away at that. And I literally am losing my voice. Okay, so I finished up my work day and now George and I are going out for dinner, which is really, really nice. And especially for the fact that I'm not going to be going on my phone. Not that we do a lot when we go for dinner, but you know, it's just really good because we can definitely enjoy each other's company and not scroll. So let's see how the detox of social media goes out at dinner.
Reminiscing about the night we first met. Little by little, you wear me down.
Little by little, you wear me down.
It's the next morning, still haven't been on social media, still haven't been really on my phone. And I mean, it's only 8 o'clock and we've already been so productive, like doing a photo shoot for some photos I need for a collaboration, and I've already uploaded a video. So I don't know, there's definitely something to this not going on social media. It's almost 9, which was the time that I went off of it. So I'm going to finish up this photo shoot and then come back and kind of explain my final thoughts on quitting social media.
Reminiscing about the night we first met. Little by little, you wear me down.
Okay, so results from my 24 hours without social media. It's now 11 o'clock and I have been on social media and I fixed my stories. But honestly, this was so eye-opening. One thing that I recognized from doing this quitting social media challenge, or the 24 hours with social media, is how much I unconsciously reach for my phone. If I'm just standing there doing nothing, my phone's on me, I will automatically pull out my phone and I will look at social media. Can you imagine how many times throughout a day we actually do that? I've heard before it's around 300. Like, people can look at their phones and go onto social media 300 times in a day. That's huge. That is such a waste of time. Another thing that I really recognized was that I was so much more productive. I'm not gonna lie, without diverting through social media between tasks, I just did one thing, got it done, did one thing, got it done, did one thing, got it done. And honestly, I didn't have these huge chunks where I would mindlessly scroll through people's stories throughout the day. And I had one of the most productive days I've had in a long time yesterday and this morning as well. So that was a huge thing for me. The other thing was that I recognized I was so much more creative yesterday. I felt a lot better about myself, I was a lot more creative, and I was a lot more focused. And honestly, I think the feeling good about myself, I really liked my outfit yesterday. That might have been a little part of it. But the thing is, like, when you're not constantly consumed with other people's lives, you can really just begin to love yourself. I know that sounds crazy and a bit radical for only 24 hours off the phone, but in all honesty, when you're not just there constantly comparing yourself to other people, you can just really fall in love with yourself. So that was a huge thing for me. So yes, I am going to be back on social media. My job depends on it. There's no way I can just like go off the grid because my business would fail. But I'm going to be making an intentional effort to make sure I don't use my phone throughout the day. I'm going to check it maybe in the afternoon, maybe not even in the morning. You know, as I said yesterday, this whole idea of create before you consume, I really like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule social media into my calendar. I've done this in the past, but now I recognize how important that actually is. So I'm going to be, you know, maybe from 3 to 4 p.m. every single day, because that's when I do my lives as well. I'm going to be scheduling in social media. So this was huge. I think that if you are struggling with comparison, lack of focus, lack of creativity, feeling just like in a rut in your life, a social media detox, quitting social media for 24 hours could be something really, really beneficial for you. I definitely know it has honestly changed a lot. And I really don't like how unconscious I unconsciously addicted I am to my phone. I wouldn't have recognized that if it wasn't for doing this kind of detox. So anyway, I really enjoyed it. I definitely urge, let me know in the comments below if you are going through a social media detox or what you learnt from my documenting of the journey that I went through. But yeah, please do let me know if you do a detox and how it goes. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.